Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and I'm going to be real with you here. I'm beginning to develop serious concerns about being able to sell my XRP when I want to at some point in the future after it's rallied tremendously. I kind of thought over the last few years, given that, let's be real, the market cycle, culminating in just, with all the ICOs, parabolic movement for just about every cryptocurrency under the sun in 2017, given the friction that resulted on cryptocurrency exchanges, one would reasonably think that maybe we better really over-prepare, knowing that we're going into a bear market. There typically shouldn't be volume problems, this or that. But we know that when the market heats up again, you'd think the cryptocurrency exchanges would be saying to themselves, we know when the market heats up again, we're going to have some technical problems if we're not freaking prepared. And I just telling you, it's going to be a problem, I think, from time to time, if not very frequently on a number of different exchanges. If you want to sell or purchase any cryptocurrency, I'm just worried about the problem being, in addition to that, just being exacerbated for United States citizens that want to sell XRP. If it's the case that we want to sell our XRP and there is not sufficient regulatory clarity around XRP, SEC versus Ripple, if that hasn't been resolved by the point in time that we want to sell, that means that it's not going to be widely listed on exchanges in the United States, which makes it worse. And we're already seeing, arguably so, we've already seen what can happen when we had tremendous volume at the beginning part of this month, February. So I'm going to highlight a couple stories from today, which has led me to just think, okay, I want to talk about this topic on the channel and just maybe try to get some sort of plan in motion. Options admittedly limited in the United States at the moment, but let's just be aware of what's going on here. Now, to be clear, I don't have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast. There is nothing special about me. I just running this YouTube channel purely as a hobby because it's my most favoriteest hobby that I have ever had. That is all that it is, though. So take a look at this headline from you today. Binance struggling with soaring traffic. Some lags observed because of Elon Musk. Now, mind you, Binance is the largest cryptocurrency exchange on the planet by volume. And they're having trouble. They've had years to take care of this. And think about this, a few years back, they absolutely literally shut off what's that? That's not the word I wanted. They stopped accepting. I don't know why I'm having trouble with the sentences all of a sudden. But Binance, I promise I know how to talk with my mouth words. Binance, they stopped accepting new customers at some point. I believe it was maybe roughly mid-December 2017. I'm just pulling from memory. It was somewhere there about when the most tremendous volume was picking up for the entire crypto asset class. They're just like, nope, we can't handle the volume. No more new customers. And it also makes you wonder, too, like if customers could have been sufficiently onboarded, because it's not only Binance that had this problem, how much higher would the market cap have gotten last market cycle? Because it did get up to somewhere around like 850 billion before collapsing down like 80 or 90% ultimately. But how much higher would it have gone if all these new customers could have been onboarded? There would have been a whole lot more volume, one would think. But, I'm just sitting here, it's over 3 years later, and we're still seeing these types of problems. It just seems to me that you should be aware that whatever you think your servers need to be able to handle in terms of flow, just like quadruple it, and then after you've quadrupled it, quadruple that again. Okay, and then maybe you might start to be in a reasonable position. But even that, who knows if that's enough? I'm just saying you have to go in the tremendously overkill range, or else you're gonna have problems. You're gonna ruin your brand, and that's kind of what is happening, or at least not ruin, but maybe damage your brand. And we've been seeing that with Coinbase regularly over the last few years without the crazy volume. Just little volume spikes, and you see Coinbase just crashing down. Like, the best way to know if we're in a bull market is if Coinbase is up, we're not in a bull market. If they're down, we're in a bull market. That's how you can tell. So take a look at this headline. The largest cryptocurrency exchange, Binance, is struggling with a massive wave of incoming traffic as Tesla announced purchasing a mammoth $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin to add to its balance sheet. The company's chief, CZ, took to Twitter to announce certain lags observed in some regions. looks like Elon Musk and Tesla are to blame again, and that's what he tweeted out. And I'm willing to do what I can to just to like give exchanges the benefit of the doubt. If it's a problem that persists and you haven't figured out that you need to way scale up beyond what you've done at this point, at some point I'm gonna be like, no. Like I already with Coinbase, I'm just like, no. And I like Coinbase, I like the interface, but I just can't rely on them. You know, I wish they just worked because I'm fine with them. But you know, if it's the type of situation where you just keep seeing the same problem over and over and over again, for me at least, I lose confidence. And so you did see that with BitTrue, you did see it with Uphold when XRP ran up, because look, there's 3 exchanges in the United States where you can buy and sell XRP. It's Uphold, BitTrue, and GateHub. And so, you know, and they are trying to scale up, mind you, and I'm cutting them slack because I've never once gone to Uphold and they've been down. You know, it did happen, and I wasn't trying to use them that day, but it did happen, you know, earlier this month. But that's a rarity, and they're addressing it. And so, like, to me, the mark of a company, I said this in a video somewhat recently, is like, you're not going to be perfect. You know, I'm a business owner, like, we're a good company, but, you know, we mess up sometime. We're human. And so the mark of a good company truly is when there are mistakes made, how do you handle them? And so with Uphold, what I saw is they're addressing the situation, taking meaningful steps to move forward so that they can handle higher capacity. And so I'm just worried, like with all the you know, the capacity that would have been over, you know, handled over dozens of exchanges, if it's all going to be on 3 cryptocurrency exchanges, holy hell, I hope that they're scaling up sufficiently. Because when we want to exit, what if we can't, and what does that mean? Because crypto price action happens very quickly. What if it tops off at whatever your target price is, you go to sell, and then you actually can't, especially if you're in the United States. You know, if you're outside the United States, you've got a bunch more options. And so this is what's concerning me. And so I really hope that we get some sort of meaningful regulatory clarity sooner than later so that other exchanges can bring it back online and take the load away from some of the, you know, the 3 remaining exchanges in the United States. But it seems to me that even outside of that, we're just going to keep having problems. You know, and so take a look at this headline. Here's another one from you today. Kraken halts signups due to immense demand. I was like, holy hell, there we go. We're in December of 2017 again. You've had years to plan for this, though. And again, I do want to cut slack. I hope I'm not being too hard on them in this video. That it's just, I'm going to watch, though, because if this persists, because I have an account with them, too, so at least you know, that wouldn't hamper me. But still, like, what about the actual volume? You know, you're going to be able to handle the volume? If you can't handle one, I'm kind of skeptical you'll be able to handle the other necessarily here. So it's just, as long as the problem doesn't persist, okay, maybe. But that's why, for me, I kind of had a loose plan of how I wanted to unload my XRP in various off-ramps, and that plan is no longer viable because of all of the halting of trading of XRP. So I don't know what I'm going to do, frankly. I mean, it could just be the case if I want to sell and it's run up, I might be just completely out of luck. And if anybody's got an awesome idea or way around this, please let me know what that might be. I honestly can't think about it or think of what a solution might be. I'm just voicing the concern and saying I certainly hope that you know, we get regulatory clarity around XRP, at least in the United States. You know, we have some more options. But I'll say this to everybody outside the United States: you can take more action than we people here in the United States. You can sign up with a ton of different cryptocurrency exchanges that you have a ton of off-ramps. And even if you don't plan on regularly using all these cryptocurrency exchanges, it might be worth taking the time to just set up accounts so that if your exchange of choice is down, you've got other options. Because things, like I keep saying, happen quick in crypto. And I'm just frustrated that we don't have that option. So I'll say this. If we get regulatory clarity and a bunch of exchanges do list, you know, resume trading of XRP again, I'm already signed up with a ton of them, but I'll sign up with even more. You know, and so one step I'm going to do too is I actually don't have an account with BitTrue, so I'm going to set up with them. But outside of that, there's really not a whole lot else I can do. You know, just kind of frustrating. And so you can see here, Kraken, one of the leading cryptocurrency exchanges, has temporarily stopped accepting new users due to extremely high demand, according to its status page. And here's a quote. Signups are temporarily disabled due to extremely high demand. Our engineers are still working to resolve the issue, and we will share any updates as soon as they become available. And earlier today, Coinbase, Gemini, Binance, and other major exchanges were all experiencing technical issues following Bitcoin's wild jump to a new all-time high of $44,899. Which is why, to me, even though I'm willing to like not go hard on the exchanges that haven't had a bunch of problems over the last 3 years, this seems to me that the cryptocurrency asset class, just exchanges in general, despite having had years to prepare, it doesn't look to me that enough of them have done sufficient preparation for this. I don't think they have. Maybe they feel that they have, but I'm just seeing with the ramp up in volume that we've seen, especially over the last couple months, you just keep seeing increased stories about outages, and it's genuinely alarming. And I'll tell you what, while I'm sympathetic to like their plight, they better figure it out real quick, because if I am ever in a situation where I can't sell XRP when I want to, and I'm sympathetic to the people that couldn't sell or buy when they wanted to also, if that happens to me, I'll be sour too. So like I get both sides of it, but you can only give so much slack. Like, you get your act together, all right? Today, Junior. I'm just saying here, man. I don't know. If you guys have any other like super awesome ideas beyond what I've stated here to, maybe alleviate some concerns on this front, I am all ears, seriously. I don't pretend to know everything. That's why, like, really the best advice I can offer is to people that aren't in the United States. Take an opportunity to set up a bunch of new exchange accounts if you've not done so. Just give yourself more options. You don't even ever have to use them, but to just have them set up and ready to go might be a good idea. I just wish I could say that that's a reasonable option for we here in the United States. But today it really isn't so much. So I guess we're kind of screwed. Yay, good times. All right, I'll wrap up there. I'm not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything, because of anything that I say or write, that would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.